for whatever within reason, whatever credit, whatever loans, whatever vehicles and mortgages and whatnot in 2023 if you start right now. I don't care if you have bad credit. Most of the people that watch my videos or that subscribe to my channel obviously have credit issues, right? They've got collections and charge-offs and repos and bankruptcies and whatnot. I don't care if it's a judgment, a tax lien, or an inquiry or late payment. If you have negative items right now, we have a plan to get you where you need to be, and it starts literally right now. Don't wait until the new year starts. Don't make a resolution. Start making the adjustments and we can get you there quickly. All right, so we're actually going to start in a different place, right? But it's all going to lead to what you can actually accomplish in 2023 if you get started right now. And I'm going to tell you how you can get started, how you can fix these, how you can remove these negative items, how you can increase your score, how you can build out credit, and how you can get there. And we're actually going to start with, again, something totally different. All right, now here's the deal. Because we're live, I don't have the ability to put like links and whatnot on my screen. So if you do need assistance and you want a credit sweep and you want to increase your score, but you don't want to do it yourself, head over to my740.com, schedule a call personally with me, and if I can, I might be able to help. All right. So let's look at what bad credit actually costs you, because nobody wants to talk about this. No one wants to think about it. And you know what, if I gotta be the person, I gotta be the bad guy that, you know, it breaks these things down and looks at this for what it really is, then that's exactly what I am going to do. All right, so if you start with the APRs, right, what does bad credit or a lower score or subprime credit affect you with your APRs? Well, if you look at it, vehicles, mortgages, credit cards, loans, right? If you have a 500 credit score, you're not going to be able to get that mortgage or that loan. Or if you get in a jam, you're not going to be able to apply for credit or be able to go to your bank and get that loan, right? And so you're going to be scraping, you know, together pennies. You're going to be going through the couch. You're going to be calling mom and dad, or you're going to be trying to cash in on some sort of, you know, favor that someone owes you from high school, whatever, okay? So that's APRs. If you look at, and these are older numbers because the APR rates currently for mortgages are actually 7%, which is absolutely astronomical. Okay, if you have a $200,000 30-year conventional mortgage at a 4% interest rate, your interest is going to be, over the course of those 30 years, $43,000, right? But if you have a 5% interest rate, it's now going to be $86,000. So you're going to be paying $43,000 more, so double the interest with just a 1-point increase. And again, those are older APR rates, right? Right now, that's 7%. I don't even want to do the math on 7%, okay? Now, the other day, I was reading some article and watching the video, and they were like, hey, you know what? Our advice, if you currently own and you want to sell, you may not want to sell. You're going to sell your house, but it's not going to be as much money as you actually want to get, and you may actually want to consider keeping your house if you have less than a 5% interest rate, which 75% of those with mortgages actually have, right? And if you are going to, if you're currently renting, but you are not planning on being in a mortgage for more than 5 years, continue renting because the interest rates are so high. Okay, so if we're not even looking at interest rates, what does credit affect you with your income? Well, it only stipulates what type of job that you have, what your salary is, what your position is, and even the location, right? Because it also affects what you drive. Do you drive a skateboard? Do you take the bus to work? Do you drive a hoopty? Do you have an economy car? Do you have a nice car, a sports car, a luxury car? So not even looking at, let's just go past that, right? What about where you live? Are you renting? Do you live in mom and dad's basement because you don't have enough money, because you don't have the job that you want, or because you can't get a car to go where it needs to, where you need to be to, you know, actually get the job that you could potentially have? There's a lot of places that now it doesn't matter what your criminal history is. Nobody cares about criminal history, okay? It's only the number that you walk around with on the top of your head that says what your credit score is. That is literally the only thing that matters, okay? So why am I going over this? First of all, there's nobody else here, and I'm not talking about in my office here where I meet my clients. There's nobody else that wants to talk about these things. They want to make it like everything is peachy, easy, just send out this letter and you're going to be able to remove your negative items. No, it doesn't work like that. If you want to get that mortgage, you want to get that loan, you want to get those credit cards, you want to increase your score, you want to remove your negative items, you need to start right now so that by the end of 2023, you can have a 740 credit score and you can be in your own house and you can go into the dealership and get whatever car that it is that you want. But it all starts right now with you saying, you know what, I'm not going to believe those people who tell me that it's just so easy, because if it were like that, then why would I need to make a plan? Why would I need to be looking at the next 6 months? Why would I need to be looking at the next 9 months? Why would I need to be looking at anything other than the fact that all I have to do is send out this one letter or say this one thing or dispute online or whatever, and I'm going to be able to remove my negative items? Why? Because it does not work like that. It doesn't work like that. I wouldn't have had to move with my husband from New York City, right? Where, you know what, everything was cool. It was Gucci in New York City, right? We moved from New York City up to upstate New York because we were actually able to save $1,500 a month, and we took that $1,500 a month over the course of 3 years, which is $45,000, and put it down on a house, right? So you need to start sacrificing right now to be able to go out and do these things, right? Do you want to continue working where you do? I mean, hey, look, if you have a job that you really like, then by all means, stay there, right? If you like opening your wallet and seeing the amount of money that's in there, or logging onto your, online banking and seeing the amount of money that's in your bank account, then hey, you know what? Don't listen to me. But if your credit is currently weighing you down and your score is less than 740 and you're not able to go and just go online or go to the bank and get whatever, credit card that you want or whatever loan that you want, or you want to say, you drive past a house and say, hey, you know what? I want that house. I'm going to go get that house. Then you need to pay attention and stop looking at all these shiny objects. Okay. So how long is this actually going to take you? Well, what you should really be looking at is the amount of time that you didn't do anything, because look, over here, we have our credit building. I'm actually going to step over here. So it took you how long to initially build your credit? Was it 6 months? Was it a year? Was it 2 years? Was it 5 years? Going back to when you were, 18 or 20? And just so you know, my youngest client is 18 and my oldest client is 93. Just imagine that for a second. Like, if you're my age and you may have a teenager or something, just imagine them getting their first credit card and immediately screwing it up, right? That's scary. And how old were you yesterday? I'm not talking about you being whatever your current age is. Think about how fast time goes, right? So you took all that time to initially build your credit, right? And then you took all that time to screw it up and go out and get those late payments, and the late payments turned into charge-offs, and the charge-offs turned into collections, and the collections turned into all of these accounts and potentially even bankruptcy, right? And then now you have to look at, well, how much of that time, those 2 years plus the 5 years, the 2 years building and the 5 years screwing it up, do I want to take to be serious about my life and put into fixing my credit? Is it 30 days? Is it 60 days? Is it 90 days? You should be looking at the next 6 to 9 months, if you were doing it the right way, to put into removing your negative items and starting to build out your credit. That's not even talking about increasing your score and going out and getting the credit that you want, or getting your pre-approval for your house and all that kind of stuff. This is a process. It's a process, right? And if you don't think about it that way, then you're just going to get stuck in a trap of believing all of these people when they tell you that they have the answer to your problems. If it were like that, there wouldn't be 48 to 68 million people with bad credit, right? Everybody would be a millionaire. Everybody would have the houses that they want. Everyone would be able to walk into whatever bank, the closest bank, and just tap into, whatever resource that they want to get. It doesn't work like that. And no, I'm not here to, tell you that, your goals are unrealistic. It's just the journey there. So can you, in the next year, obtain within reason, what goals you have for your credit? Yes. Can we lower our APRs? Yes. Can we get rid of the hoopty or rid of the skateboard or rid of the bus riding and get a car? Is it an economy car, a nice car, a sports car? Yes, we can do that. Let's not talk about the luxury car. Let's get rid of the luxury car, because you know what? We're being realistic here, right? Can we increase our income by getting the job that we want, because we're going to increase our score? And again, nobody cares about your criminal history if you have any. Nobody cares about that, right? The president doesn't even, ex-president didn't even care about that, right? So Yes, we can. We can get the job that we want. We can drive what we want. We can live where we want. We can say deuces to mom and dad and get out of their basement. We can say bye and leave the apartment that we share with our brother and sister because, it's both of our combined incomes and, whatever. Like, even for an apartment, like, your credit is what determines whether you have a security, a deposit, what your monthly payment is going to be. Like, think about it. If it were as simple as sending out just 1 or 2 or even 3 rounds of disputes, number one, they wouldn't be called rounds. And number two, it wouldn't determine all these factors, right? What you drive, where you live, where you work, how much money you have in your bank account or your wallet or your purse. It wouldn't determine what type of job that you, could potentially get. It wouldn't determine any of those things. And we wouldn't walk around with these numbers on the top of our heads being the only thing that matters, right? So what am I saying here? No, I'm not just rambling. Yes, I do have a point to this. All of this you need to take into consideration. Why do I have it separated between blue and red? Well, that is a great question that nobody asked. So here's the deal. You can have a plan. Do not wait until the first of the year to get things right. Don't wait another 6 months when you already took 5 years to screw up your credit and another 2 years twiddling your thumbs or going around in circles or looking for shortcuts, because these shortcuts are literally just going to lead you around box after box after box, and you're going to box yourself in. All right. So you need to break out of that box right now. Listen to me. Literally, you need to not look at the messenger. Okay. Listen to the message here. Okay. Because men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. You hear me say that all the time. And mine prove that when you have a system in place, you can get where you need to be, but it's called sacrifice. Okay. Obviously, this is kind of a rough part of the year. Christmas just happened, holidays just happened, and, money is a little bit tight. So what can you personally do right now to fix your credit? Well, I can fix your credit for you, right? Obviously. You can go to my740.com, schedule a call with me. I'll see if I can help. But that's me doing it for you. Wouldn't it be different if, I don't know, I showed you how to fix your credit so that in the future, if something happened where you had a new late payment or you had a medical bill or whatever, you would be able to not only fix it, but not have to worry about going and getting scammed by a company like those bigger companies who don't give you the copies of the disputes. They don't do all your negative items. They don't do all 3 bureaus. You never know what they're doing, who did it, who's responsible. There is nobody that's responsible. They just turn you around, point you to a module, and remind you that this is a do-it-yourself program, right? Now, if you don't want to do that, then hey, that's okay, because outside of me doing it for you, I can show you how to do it. And in the event that something happens to you, you can take care of it. In the event that something happens to your mom, your dad, your daughter, your son, your cousin, whatever, you can actually show them that they can fix it too. This is about generational wealth. It's not just about generational wealth. It's also about being able to help your community and being part of a system that's there to help instead of hurt. Because again, these systems are not made for us, and everything is a process. Going to the DMV is a process, right? Any sort of system, the welfare system, the family court, criminal court, all of these courts and systems and everything, this is all made to help other people. It's made to be against us, okay? And that's a different conversation for a different day. But there is a way for you to break out of the cycle, not continue to dig yourself a hole. And if you keep putting this off and saying tomorrow I'm going to do it, next week I'm going to do it, next month, it's going to be the time where I'm going to have the money, or it's going to be the perfect time for me to delve into this and, really pick apart my credit report and all that, you are never going to fix your credit. And 2023 is going to be the same as it was in 2022. And you're going to be, at the end of next year, you're going to be watching another one of my videos, because what did I do last year? I fixed credit. What did I do in 2009? I fixed credit. What did I do in 2013? I fixed credit. What did I do in 2014? I fixed credit. What did I do in 2015? I fixed credit. What am I doing next year? I'm fixing credit, right? I'm helping consumers increase their score, remove their negative items, and move on with their life, right? So if you want to lower those APRs, you want to drive what you want to live where you want, then the time is now, right now. Because if, excuse me, at the end of 2023, you can have that higher score, you can have that better, pay with your job, and I'm going to, in a little bit, I'm going to come back to the description of this live, but it will be a replay. And I'm going to put some links in there for you to be able to go and do exactly what I said. Start right now so that by the end of 2023, you can apply for what you want. You can live where you want. You can be, credit worthy, and you can move on with your life and never, ever, ever have to be in this cycle again. But just as I said in the beginning and twice during this live, if you personally want to see if I can do this for you, because there is no, like I said, what did I do 10 years ago? I fixed credit. What am I doing next year? I'm fixing credit. So if you want me to fix yours and see if I can lower your APRs, if I can, help you get approved for new credit and get you into the house that you want, then go to my740.com, schedule a call, and I will see if I can personally do a credit sweep legally and permanently for you, which is obviously going to be faster than you doing it yourself, right? But if you do want to do it yourself, come back to this same place in about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's just call it 30 minutes. I'm going to have some links for you, and you can go and, see if the do-it-yourself path is going to be what you're looking for. But otherwise, I will see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tonight, whatever. Hope you have a wonderful week, and if you do not come back to my channel until next week, Happy New Year, and it could be happier if you fix your credit the right way, all right? So that's it. Bye.